Alright, today we got something a little bit different. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of How I Paint. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different because it's not really a character that anybody really knows about. This is an old commission that I got for a Dungeons & Dragons character, so this is completely off the map. It seems like the character was on a journey to some kind of clock tower and they were trying to acquire the missing piece of a statue, and I don't know if this was the last of the pieces that she needed to complete the statue or if this was just the first of many, but this was supposed to be like she finally got to her destination. She found the artifact that she needed and she blew the clock tower up and she was hightailing it out of there. So this is what we got going on today. So basically this piece I started all in monochromatic gray tones, so I just wanted to try to get the values before I started adding colors. Now I with each piece I try to do something different, to try to play with a different approach. Maybe it might be easier. I haven't quite figured out which way I like best yet, so I went with this monochromatic gray action just so that I could get down all of the values before getting lost into colors, because colors is just a world of madness to me in my brain. So I really had a great time making this piece because it taught me a lot about that whole process, converting from gray tones to color. When doing that, it's important to understand that the colors are not going to be exactly where you want them to be once you start adding the color wash layers, because it's just going to be a wash of whatever that base tone is. Then you'll just have to go in afterwards and add some highlights to bring it to life, so to speak. So keep that in mind if you do try this technique, that you're gonna need extra layers to pop things out a bit, really accentuate your highlights. I used 3 different things to create this whole piece. I first started the sketch on my tablet. I have a Samsung Note 10 really old tablet, workhorse, and then I transferred that over to Photoshop, and then in Photoshop I did all of the base background, the base drawing, refinement and all that stuff. And then for the gears and the cogs and the clock face, I used Illustrator because it's a lot more technical and it's a lot easier to do like really flat basic shapes. And it also has a cool tool that allows you to convert flat vector shapes into 3D objects, so it lets you turn things in space, and that's what I used to get the gears in different directions, because I figured it'd be too time consuming for me to sit there and like really map out the perspective of each cog. I didn't want to deal with each one of those teeth. So I used Illustrator, and then I copied that back into Photoshop and then enhanced it by painting over it and stuff. So when and if you need to do those kinds of mechanical things, I would highly suggest you use Illustrator for that, at least for basic 3D. Could have helped for the clock tower itself, but I didn't go that deep. I just figured I would just do big blocky shapes back there instead of worrying about details. But if you were so inclined, you could do that way as well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. It really helps out. And if you have any questions, just drop it in the comment box, and I'll see you guys in the next one.